welcome back to my channel. It is the second week of Magical Readathon and I'll just continue with what I started last week. So yesterday I finished reading this one. It is for spells and incantations and it was to read a book with orange color. I think it was to spin a random color wheel and just see which color I get, and I've got orange, so there's a little bit orange on this book, so that's why I decided to read it. And in this book we had Samantha, who was called in the middle of the night and asked to come and help her twin sister in Wyoming. So she packed her stuff and went there, and there she has met a very handsome cowboy, Jake, and there's the story begins. I wasn't a huge fan of this book, unfortunately. I liked previous Nora Roberts books much more than I did with this one, unfortunately. The romance between those two was very forced and I haven't felt any connection between them. There was more bickering than any nice lovely feelings between them. For me it was just unbelievable and unrealistic. I didn't like any of the characters. I didn't like Samantha, I didn't like Jake. Jake was an alpha male. He liked to make decisions instead of letting Samantha make her own choices. What he said must be done, no other choices. Samantha said that she is very strong, she has a very strong character, but we couldn't see that in this book. She said that she's stronger than her sister, but once again, for me, her sister was much stronger character than she was, and it was just very rushed, and they met each other only seems like few times in the book, but in the end of the book we had a happy ending. So it was just unrealistic in my opinion, so in the end I gave this one 2 stars only. And then today I decided to start reading this one, Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia, and this one will be for, let me just check, it will be also for spells and incantations. And for that one the prompt is find someone else's TBR and pick a book from there. So I just went on Goodreads, one of my friends on Goodreads, and I just checked what book they would like to read, and one of those books was Mexican Gothic, and I had this one for a few years now and I think it's time for me to start it. And in this one we have a socialite, glamorous socialite, Noemi Taboada, and she lives a quite easy life. She's from the wealthy family, and one night her father asks her to go onto a trip to visit her cousin because they've got a very strange letter from that cousin who claims that her husband is trying to poison her and that there's something strange with the house. So they want to find out what actually is happening there. So I think Noemi now will be some sort of detective, and we will see if she finds something evil there or just her cousin is not well. And I read already 32 pages and I really like the atmosphere in this book. It's definitely gothic-y. That's why it's Mexican Gothic, and I like books like this. It's quite slow. We already met the cousin's husband's family and they are very strange, very different from all people that Noemi knows in her life, and I think now we will try to find out what's happening in that house. So far I really enjoyed this book. So that is a small update for now, and it's already actually almost 7 in the evening, so soon there will be a bedtime, and I don't know if I update you more today. If not, so maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Good morning, and it's already Wednesday. Yesterday I haven't vlogged, and actually the day just ran away from me. Even though I finished working around 4 o'clock, I waited till my husband will come to pick me up, because like I said, I'm driving with the bus, but because he and my son was in the city, I just waited till they can come and pick me up from work. So it took a while. Also, my son went to taekwondo training, so we waited there. So actually we ended up being at home only around 7 o'clock. So then I had dinner and so on and so on, and I even haven't read in the evening, to be honest. But in the morning yesterday I read quite a bit of Mexican Gothic, and now I'm on the page 108, and it's actually really good. It doesn't have that high rating on Goodreads, but I'm very interested in this book. I like the atmosphere. I like books like these that are very slow, very mysterious. Seems like nothing much is happening, but you always feel that dark mood around everyone, and everyone is very mysterious, and so on and so on. So I really enjoy reading that one, and I didn't think that I will go through this book that easily, but it's very easy to follow, and yeah, you doesn't have to be that concentrated on the book to follow the story. But nonetheless, I really like the book, like I said, and I enjoy reading about Noemi. She is a feisty one. So that's the update for reading, and now in about an hour I will be going to the hairdresser, actually, because I need to fix a little bit of my hair. I won't cut that much, just need to tidy a little bit what I have already, so there won't be that much changes, but it will look a little bit maybe better than it looks now. And then after hairdresser I will be driving to work, because today I am working in the evening and it will be a long shift. So once again I will be home only around 9 o'clock, hopefully. And today I'm feeling a little bit strange. I think I have a little bit higher blood pressure than usually, so I feel a little bit stressed out. So once again my health is kicking my butt, and I'm just hoping that one day soon I will just feel normal, because I'm tired of being sick all the time. That's a small rant for now. Hello, it's now Thursday, and yesterday I haven't updated you in the evening, because when I came home it was quite late, so haven't read in the evening. However, I read a little bit on my way to work yesterday, today as well, on my way to work and on my way back. I read quite a bit of this book, and now I'm on the page 168. It's still very slow, it's still characters based, it seems like nothing much is happening, but nonetheless I'm very intrigued by this book, and it's for me it's almost 5 stars. I don't know what this book has about about it, but I'm just so intrigued, and when I read this book I'm immersed in it fully. I lose the time with this book, and when I'm not reading this book I'm thinking about it and just want to pick and read it as soon as possible. So I'm happy about that very much, and after I will be done talking with you, I just think I'll just continue reading this one after I will do homework with my son, but nonetheless I will read this today a little bit more. And then today at work I've got an ARC copy of this one. It is, I think it is a Norwegian author, Norwegian book, and it's Huset som hvisker I natten, or in English I think it will be The House That Speaks at Night or something like that. And in this book, it's a children's book, and in this book we have Sophia, Casper, Olivia and Edward, and they visits a house in Stockholm, a very old house, and in the attic they found a chest, and in that chest there's a bunch of musical notes, and next day those notes has disappeared. And that house is very spooky. They hear noises, they hear sounds, the voices in that house, and I think now they will try to find out what is happening, where those notes disappeared, and so on and so on. It's a Halloweeny children's book, and that's why I wanted to read it. And it's quite a huge font, and because it's a book for kids I think I can read it quite quickly. So yeah, I received this one today, and I think that is the update, at least for now. I will be working tomorrow in the evening, so in the morning I will have a little bit time to read as well, but yeah, now I think just time to go and do homeworks with my son. Good morning, it's Friday and it's almost 11:30, and soon I will be driving to work, so I just wanted to jump in and do a small update on everything I've done yesterday. I absolutely forgot that we have in our readathon a side quests, and this semester we have the continuation of the lore sideline, And we also have to read, of course, books for that. So because I only remembered about that yesterday, I want to catch up as soon as possible for that sideline as well. So I quickly went on to see what I have to do, and my character chose a path to, I just won't tell you everything about it because it will be too long, I think. But nonetheless, for the side quest at the moment, I have to read a translated book. And because I was so frantic and trying to figure out how could I catch up as soon as possible, I decided to just listen the audiobook. And I chose for that, where is it? I chose for that to read or listen a book, Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. And it is a book about coffee shop that not only gives you coffee, but you can also travel back in time. And we meet 4 people who would like to go back to the past and do maybe some changes or just try to relive the past one more time. And of course there are some rules. You can't leave the coffee shop in the past. You have to come back to the nowadays. Before coffee gets cold, you have to sit in the exact place to be able to travel in past in time. And it's quite interesting. I already listened for a few hours of that book. There's still, I think, maybe 3 hours left for me to listen, and it's really interesting and thought-provoking book, I think you can say that. So I had a blast listening for that, and while I was listening for that one, I continue making my blanket from the leftovers of the garden that I have. I'm just, yeah, instead of throwing away the all leftovers from the other projects, I just use it for make a blanket. It won't be that cute looking, but nonetheless I think it's better than to throw everything away. So I just did that and try to relax a little bit, because once again my health is not the greatest at the moment, but there's nothing new about that. And in the end, just before the bed, I read a little bit more of this one, and now I'm on the page 217. I'm slowly but surely coming to the end of the book, and I think it will be 5 stars from me. I don't know what this book has, but it's just so gripping, and I all the time just think about this book and how it will end. There was some plot twist I didn't expect for those plot twists to happen. I was a little bit grossed out at one point of this book, but yeah, that's just amazing. I love this story, and if all the rest books of this author is the same as this one, I think I will find my new favorite author maybe. And I think I have one more book by Silvia Moreno Garcia, and I will definitely read that one as soon as possible as well, probably next month after the readathon. But yeah, like I said, I'm just having a blast with this one, and I think I can possibly finish this book today because I will be commuting to work on the bus as well, so there will be at least 1 hour for reading. I can read on my lunch break as well. So yeah, I think I even will take maybe another book just in case if I finish that one and I want to read something more. So I'll just continue reading, not continue, but begin reading this one, continue with my studies and Aurelium. This one is a little bit more chunky book, but nonetheless I think it's time for me to just start reading this one, and hopefully this one will be as well just as great as Mexican Gothic, crossing all my fingers. It is by Lee Bardugo, 9th house, and I think it is not I think I know that it's to do something maybe with a little bit of necromancy, and that's one of the prompts that I have to read a book with necromancy themes in it, so that will be the one. So those two will go with me to work today, and I think for now we will see each other a little bit later. I don't know what is this. It's Saturday and this week is just running away from me. I think this vlog will be very short, very boring, very sporadic, because I'm just updating you one time in a day and that's it. But it is what it is this week. Next week I'm hoping there will be a little bit more time for vlogging, because my working hours some days will be a little bit shorter, so then maybe I will have time. But nonetheless, yesterday I was a little bit ambitious when I said that I will start reading Nine House by Lee Bardugo yesterday. It didn't happen. However, I managed to finish reading Mexican Gothic and I gave this one 5 stars. For me it was just amazing. All the time I was thinking about this book, and I wanted to know what will happen. I loved the main character, how spicy she was, feisty one, and she was the one who saved all around her, and I appreciate this. Finally, not the prince with a shining armor, but it was the princess with a beautiful dress who saved the people. And I will be definitely reading more books by Silvia Moreno Garcia, and I'm crossing my fingers that the writing style will be the same in all of the books. So if that will be the case, I think she will be one of my favorite authors from now on. At least now she is a very good contender for that list. So that we have here, and now on my way to work I will start reading this one. I'm a little bit hesitant starting this book. I don't know why. Somehow it intimidates me a little bit, so maybe that's why I just pushed so long from starting to read this. And I think now it will be the perfect time. Just give it a shot. We will see. It's quite chunky. It's over 400 pages, I think, and the font is not that big. Nonetheless, I will try reading that one. So this will be my book for today. And what else? Nothing much. I didn't do any crocheting yesterday, and I haven't listened to an audiobook yesterday, so I was just at work, came back home, went straight to bed, and that's it. So yeah, today I will be working until 6, so I will be home hopefully around 7, so maybe then there will be time for doing something else. We will see. Sunday and it's almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm just sitting here and trying to edit the footage that I have from all the week. This time it will be even shorter, I think, vlog, because I haven't vlogged that much this week, and today I haven't vlogged as well because my health is once again not letting me to just relax. I have a migraine, so I'm just trying to take this day easy before I have to go back to work tomorrow. However, yesterday I still managed to finish listening for that book before the coffee gets cold, and I gave that one 4 stars. It was quite interesting, very short book. We had 4 short stories that are connected somehow. The cafe connects all those people that we had those stories about, and it was very thought-provoking, some of them heartwarming, some of them heartbreaking stories. And I will definitely continue with this series because I think now there's 4 or 5 books in the series. I don't know when, but I will continue. I was intrigued to know more about that cafe, so that's great. And I think for now that will be the last update for this week. By the way, by listening for this audiobook, I finished one of the lore quests, challenges, you call it how you want, but for that I'm getting 10 guild points, so that's great. I think today we will know the next quest for the lore, and there will be of course a next book to read, so then I will choose what I would like to maybe listen or read. I think I will try to find a audiobook for that as well. And I'm still trying to read this one, however I'm not connecting with this one so far. I read only 24 pages and I don't want to pick this one up. It's not the same as it was with Mexican Gothic. I'm almost hesitant to continue reading this one. Everything is so confusing in that world, and there's a lot of characters, and it seems like we already in the middle of the series because there's so much information dumped at us from the first pages, and I have no idea what's happening at the moment. Maybe I'll just need a little bit of time to just get into that book, but at least for now it's not doing great for me. So that's the update about Ninth House by Lee Bardugo, and yeah, I think I'll just continue reading that one next week, but you have to watch my next vlog because I'm determined to continue vlogging, even though some days are not the greatest, but I'm still trying. So yeah, I think now that will be it. So thanks for watching, thanks for sticking around. Give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment if you like, subscribe if you like what you see, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!